people who were not tourists in Babylon, but were taken captive to Babylon and were told, "Work and pray for the well-being of the city in which they live, because if there is peace in the city, if there is well-being in the city, you will also have peace and well-being. They will also have shalom." If these words were given to captives, how much more do they apply to us who by the grace of the work of the Lord Jesus Christ have been freed from condemnation, to be free from sin and servants of the Lord. And by his will we are still in the world, but we are not of the world. And he has left us here with a mission. The time of our pilgrimage is not defined, but we have the same mandate: to get involved in the well-being of the city. We too must pray and seek the well-being of the city in which the Lord has us as pilgrims. The Apostle Peter takes up this idea of the pilgrimage of Christians and reminds us. 1 Peter 3. 1:1-12:11 Dear brothers, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims in this world to depart from sinful desires that fight against 517 life. 12 Maintain such exemplary conduct among the unbelievers that, although they accuse you of doing evil, they will observe your good works and glorify God on the day of salvation. Peter refers to believers as strangers and pilgrims, people who do not belong to the place where they live, whose nationality, identity, history and lifestyle do not correspond to the place where they live. Again, this is one more allusion to being a holy, set-apart, separate church for God. That although we are not of the world, we are still in the world and we must live with that consciousness of pilgrims with a mission. Like Jeremiah, Peter tells the pilgrims how we should live in the world. What is our lifestyle in the world? Two important things. First, our lifestyle consists of abstaining from sinful desires that war against the soul. The first thing, then, is to learn to say no to those things that offend God, learn to avoid those things that pervert our soul, those things that distance us from our love and trust in God. When I studied at the seminary in Orlando, there were several Mexican students, and we frequently got together to eat tacos and Mexican stews. We had a Japanese classmate, named Tokuhiro, who liked to hang out with us and eat tacos with the Mexicans. One day we were eating at home and someone put jalapeno peppers in the center of the table. Tokuhiro did not wait for instructions on how he should eat them, but simply stretched out his hand, took a chili, and put the whole thing in his mouth. Since he has good table manners, he chewed it with his mouth closed and swallowed it. Of course, he was in 1,000 colors and even opened his eyes. But Tokuhiro learned his lesson. He still hung out with Mexicans, still ate tacos, but he learned to abstain from jalapeno peppers. Our lifestyle of holiness consists, first, of abstaining from those things that offend God and harm us in order to grow in faith, even though we continue to live in a world that is characterized by offending and living against God. But our lifestyle is not just about saying no to this and no to that, but it also consists, secondly, in saying yes to everything that glorifies